From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
We're set. We're going to get it. Here we go, dude. Here I come.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
This is it. 19. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. I'm coming.
Watson being chased out left.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
We ain't giving them nothing.
Out of the gun, Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Hey, Charlie.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready? Y'all waiting. Hey, they're scared. Switch.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. Murray.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. From the 27, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's a good shot.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And got his man complete. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. It's complete. Stills. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Watson from the gun, he'll throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 75 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That's it, baby. We got work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
21.
On 1st down, Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. Well, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here, taking place in Week 1. And they have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these two teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6. On first down, Murray. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, 32 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Onyemata breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, and an alley to run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
You're set. 19. Mark 54. He can't hang.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he's brought down. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Hey, Zoo.
To throw, it's Breeze. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. But now it's 3rd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Alvin Kamara. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's our time.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Lutz is good. So we're at halftime of the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Hey,
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kamara trying the right side. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
They run it again with Kamara. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line.
13.
Breeze now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Murray. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Well, the stats that matter on this play, don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. Back to throw, Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 46 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will get them one closer. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
And we go 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, echo. That's the way.
Here's Breeze. This is caught by Ginn. 23 yards on the play.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was something a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
5-9.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 32 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
22, Mike 22. Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. Throwing
again is Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on second down. Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Watson, that is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Texans cut into that lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead.
Let's go, baby.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Running with Kamara. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
41's the mark. 41's the mark.
Go.
To throw is Breeze. Thomas has got it. Complete. That'll be a gain of 16. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
16 yards.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's 4th down.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, 2nd best in the league, and they'll try it here. Breeze now, and intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and this results in 6. Touchdown.
Interception, baby. All day.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Saints 34, Texans 27.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
Now Breeze finding Kamara. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Breeze now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. A give to Kamara running right. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Right there in the middle, 55. All day. Hey, kill. 55. Watch QB drop.
Now Breeze. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Watson now to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Like 22, he's coming.
He'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. A gain there of 21 yards. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them in bounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field. And
it's caught inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw. Flush to it. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1